Welcome to Balanced Body and Beyond. Thank you for joining me today with a full body yoga stretch practice. You don't need anything special. If there's any special props that you know you would like to utilize, have them handy. But otherwise, this is a practice designed for all skill levels and making adaptations as needed to meet the needs of your body. That being said, why don't we roll out our mats, lay back, and take a full body stretch. Reaching our arms up and over. And then as you exhale, bring your arms back alongside your body and let's settle into our mat. For a short time period, I want you to try to relax every part of your body. As you inhale and exhale through your nostrils, I'm going to invite you to do your best to be present, to detach from any worries or burdens, anything weighing on you heavily. And let's focus on our breath, feeling the air brush in through our nostrils. Fill not only our lungs, but also deep down into our belly. So our chest cavity and our abdominal cavity fill with breath. You might feel your eyelids resting heavily over your eyes and your facial muscles relax. With your next inhalation, let's go ahead and set our arms overhead and then walk your feet in towards your hips. As you lift your hips, you're going to bring both arms up and push your palms down into the mat. As your hips lower, you're going to send your arms wide on the floor and circle them back up overhead. So lifting your hips, arms come up, palms push into the mat. Exhale, send your arms wide and back overhead. So the arm pattern almost looks like you're making what I would call a reverse snow angel, sending your arms wide and circling around. Inhaling and exhaling. So don't get too caught up. When should you inhale? When should you exhale? But for now, I just want you to focus on full deep breaths, moving your hips, circling your arms, and beginning to warm the bodies. We're going to lift our hips and hold with our arms alongside the body, alternating heel lifts. Just a few more. Now press your heels down, give your toes a little wiggle, have an awareness where your feet are. Press your toes down into the mat and then lower down one vertebrae at a time. Awesome. Pull both legs into your chest. We're going to give a little stretch, pulling our thighs into our ribs. We're going to send our feet back onto the mat, but I want you to feel the soles of your feet hitting the edges of your mat so your feet are fairly wide. And we'll send our arms wide and we'll sway the legs gently side to side. And gently turn your head, look away from the knees. So we're going to start with our feet on the floor. Now you certainly are invited to keep your feet on the floor. Or try this with me. Pick your feet up. Send your knees directly over your hips. And if you're not quite sure, are your knees directly over your hips, take your palms, place them on your kneecaps, and see if you can straighten your arms. If your knees are too close to your chest, your arms will not be straight. All right, so we're good to go here. And then fan the legs side to side. Again, you can turn your head side to side. You can do this with your feet on the floor. Little release of the lower back. Maybe you start bringing your legs closer down. We're going to send our knees up over our hips and straighten the legs this time. Take your hands and reach behind your left leg and let your right leg lower all the way down. Let's take a lying down hamstring stretch. Now, if you have the ability to walk your hands up higher towards your foot, you can take the grip towards your ankle, or just keep your hand on the hamstring, the back of the leg somewhere where you can draw the leg in. And then let's go ahead and try that on the other side. So draw the right leg in. Continue to breathe in and out through your nostrils. Nice, big hamstring stretch. I'm going to walk my hands up towards my ankle. We're going to elevate both legs again and send our arms over the chest, making a star with the body. You're going to lower your arms and legs almost down, and then you're going to reach to your toes, pick your shoulders up. So star pose from our back, but we are loading our abdominal muscles. Bending your knees will take away some resistance. Not lowering as far to the floor will take some resistance away. And maybe not even picking up your head and just focusing on moving the arms and legs. Just a few more. Building strength through our core and warming the bodies. And hold. Arms down. Feet down, and we're going to take bridge pose again. This bridge pose we're going to hold, and in this bridge pose we're going to do some hip opening exercise. You're going to roll the foot and let the knee drape off to the side of the mat. Pick your leg up and then try that with the other leg. Roll onto the side of your foot and then draw in. Now go ahead and make sure your feet are close together. And when you bring the knee back in, have the knees squeeze together. So we'll settle into this hip opening bridge. If you begin to get too fatigued, you can do the hip opening with your hips resting down onto the mat. Keep pushing off the back of your shoulders. A few more. Outstanding. Hold your bridge with your feet together. And now roll down. Let's hug one knee into the chest and come into a seated position. Great job. And we're going to set ourselves up with a 90-degree bend to both knees. Sitting tall, finding our shoulders over our hips. We're going to lift our arm up and bow forward. Forehead drapes down. Cartwheeling our way back, looking up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lean back. Some dynamic movement. The next one we will hold. So stretching your arm far from the body, you might let your forehead rest onto your hand. Feel the flow of air coming in and out of the body. Stretch your arm farther away. Can you walk your fingertips even farther away from your body? And just letting your forehead rest down onto the mat. Slowly rise up. We're going to cross our fingertips over our elbows. Take some slow, gentle twists, looking over your left shoulder while pressing your knees down into the mat and gently twisting. Looking forward, we'll send our arms behind us so your fingertips point to your hips. Lean back, lift your chin up off your chest, gaze to ceiling. You might experiment with lifting up your hips and seeing how that fits your body. Right? Each exercise, each pose, each stretch, it's going to fit us all very differently, and we'll see what works. Now you can use your hands initially to kind of get the movement pattern of taking the back leg, swinging it forward, and then taking it back. If you don't need your hands, go ahead and lift your hands up. You might not be ready for this movement yet. You might still be stiff around the hips, or this movement just might not work with your body. But do what you can do. We don't do anything too long, so we'll send our leg back. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Well done. And we're going to try that again on the other side. So swinging our legs here, getting our hips grounded and our knees grounded. Elevating our arm for a big reach, forward fold, take a bow, forehead comes to the floor, close to the floor, cartwheel your way back. Awesome. Move with your breath. Exhale as you fold. Inhale as you lean back. Super job. I was teaching the other day, and I said to my class, I feel like a Venetian blind where one side is way down and the other side is way up. You know what I'm talking about? The strings on a Venetian blind when you're trying to level out the blinds. I was definitely not level. Lean forward and hold. Just take the stretch and stay here. So if you're feeling like a Venetian blind right now, I get you. I've been there many times. Make an audible breath. And roll up slowly. Cross your fingertips over your elbows. But we always give both sides the same amount of attention, same amount of time, same amount of energy. Keep your shoulders relaxed, even though those elbows are elevated. Little twists. And looking forward. Hands move behind us, fingertips point to your hips. Lean back into your palms, lift your gaze. Elevate your hips if this movement fits you. Again, produce that audible sound. Just reminds you to breathe deep, long yoga breaths. Hips come down, and let's move this back foot. Elevate your hands if it works for you. Use the support of your arms if necessary. It's a big hip mobility drill, for sure. And if there's exercises, poses, stretches that don't work for you today, you certainly can set goals to get to the place you want to be. Hold here. We're going to come to the front of our body and take child's pose. Extend your arms out, tuck your toes together, and you're making a little pocket with the bottoms of your feet for your hips to aim for. Right, you gotta have aim, gotta have a target, goal. If you can get your forehead to rest down onto the mat, that would be awesome. If you're not there, you could put a pillow under your forehead. Stretch through your fingertips. And now rock your body weight forward. We're going to walk our hands under our shoulders, and we're going to make a little circle, but putting the focus more on the upper body and working through the wrists here. So circling, working on mobility through the wrists. Now you're certainly going to feel this through your hips. It feels nice. Feels nice for me anyway. Change directions, but it's a really nice warm up for the wrists because there's going to be opportunities ahead in this practice where we bear weight through the palms and through the wrists and forearms. Pausing, setting ourselves in tabletop with our knees directed under our hips and our hands directed under our shoulders. We're going to extend our right arm first and see if you can get your right bicep just beside your ear. Flex the left foot and drive the heel away from your body. Draw your belly in. We're going to open up on a diagonal pattern here and then drop our fingertips and toes to the floor. Lift up and then reset center. Inhaling and exhaling. So I want you to focus on the stretch. There is an absolute stretch to this exercise, lengthening your arm and leg. But there's a huge component of strengthening that happens as well. How still can you keep your body? That's really what we're focused on as far as monitoring our strength in our core, how still we can keep our body as the arm and leg moves. One more time. Hold your bird dog. And then all 4 points down. We'll try this on the other side. Extend your left arm, make adjustments as you need to. Flex the right foot. Reach out with the hand. Push back with the heel. Belly comes in towards your spine. And you can add the movement when you're ready. Make sure you're looking straight down and maybe even a little down and then towards the front of your mat. You want to avoid looking under the body. And you keep your neck stretched out. Control, slow movement, and awareness. How is your arm and leg moving in space? I know not everyone likes seeing themselves in mirrors, but if you have access to a mirror to watch your body move, you can learn a lot. Hold here. All 4 points down. And then we'll sit back onto our feet for a moment and let's just roll the wrists. Yeah. Thank you, wrists. Change directions. You can always make a little fist and open up. Say thank you to our hands. They're good to us. Let's be good to them. We're going to set up a plank now. Shoulders over wrists, straightening your legs and working from the balls of your feet with always the option to come to your knees to dilute the movement. So feeling secure in our plank. Feet are hip width distance apart, so I'm just going to take a little peek at my feet. Yep, hip width distance apart. Exhale into down dog. Press your weight back. Now I want you to glide your body weight forward into your plank again. And then go back to down dog. So we're going to do a few rocks here. You might be on your knees at this point, working from your kneeling plank to child's pose. That was more than a few. Sorry, gang. Let's hold downward dog. Move your feet forward. And we're in our forward fold. We're going to take a twist here, bringing our right arm up. And as that happens, bend your left knee and look to your top hand. You can put a little more body weight into your right foot, pushing that right foot firmly into the mat. Super. Both hands down, and let's try that now on the other side. Left arm lifts, look to your top hand. And both hands down. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Feet together. Now go ahead and bring those big toes together. Reach your fingertips to the ceiling. We're going to swing our arms in front for chair pose. Inhale, lift. We're going to bend our knees, but next time take your arms back, airplane arms. Inhale up. Chair pose, swing your arms in a big circle. Inhale up. Airplane arms. So we'll flow through these two movements. Chair. Gaze into your fingertips. Airplane, send your arms back. Chair pose. And one more airplane. Take your arms overhead. Let's take a pause here. Now you're going to sandwich your head right between your elbows. Palms are parallel to one another. We're going to lift up for a side bend. And as you side bend, just take a little peek under your arm. Stretch the arms out. Back to the center. Other direction. Look under your arm. Great big side bend. Arms overhead. Forward fold down. Let's hang here in this forward fold and just take in the stretch. Making an audible breath. Inhale, halfway up. Hands are just going to rest underneath your knees or over your knees. Stretching out your spine, pulling your shoulder blades down your spine. As we fold down, we'll send our left leg behind us. So now we're setting up this long, low lunge. Feel the stretch here. You should be supporting your body weight through your legs, even if your knee is down. So you should be able to lift up your hands pretty freely. If you can't lift your hands up freely, I suggest putting your knee down. We're going to keep our left hand anchored on the mat and take your right fingers to your temples like you're making a salute. And we're going to lift our elbow to the ceiling, taking a twist. And our elbow comes just 1/4 of the way down. So imagine if you were to see a circle and we're making a 1/4 circle trace with the elbow. So elbow to the ceiling, and then elbow to the side of the room. And you're carrying your weight predominantly through your legs, not into that left hand. Twisting from our thoracic vertebrae. And then pause. Both hands to mat. And put your back knee down. Bring your arms overhead. We are going to put our hands in that saluting position again. And we're going to start with this twist. Now you may stay with just phase 1 of this twist. If you can move to phase 2, lowering your elbow down to the inside of your shin, then you reverse the pattern and untwist. Twist, you either stay here or drop down with me, but then we'll all reverse and look to the front of the room again. Excellent. Ooh, such phenomenal work for the obliques. And hold. Big stretch again. Hands come down to the mat. We're going to take a hamstring stretch by coming into pyramid pose, where we pick up our back knee, shift your weight back, forehead to your front knee. If this movement pattern, this pose is difficult, if you have yoga blocks to put under your hands, you'll find so much more success, or use that staircase as I demonstrated in our stair video. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, it's in my video collection, Yoga with a Step. Bend your front knee. We're coming back to our low lunge. Now you're going to push off your back foot and bring both feet together. Ba-ba. Feet together. Inhale, half lift. We'll fold back down and do that same sequence now with the right leg behind us. A little taste of what's coming now. Big long stride back with your lunge. Permission to put the back knee down. Remember, we can elevate our hands because we're not really putting weight into our arms. They're just a little kickstand. Taking our twist, our right arm is going to come up, but the hand is going to come to the temple, and then our elbow lifts to the ceiling. Elbow quarter of the way down, elbow to ceiling. A sense the shoulders are stacked, and then the shoulders are side by side. Let's try one more twist. Bringing our hands to the mat, and we'll all put our back knee down. Stretch up, half kneeling position, find your balance. Send your hands to the side of your face, and we start with just the twist. Option to stay here, or let the right elbow drop down to the inside of your front leg. Reverse and untwist. You can try tucking your tailbone under a little bit to help bring more stability to the lower half of the body. We are like wringing out a sponge here, getting every last drip out of the sponge. All right, looking forward, arms reach up, another reset, hands come down, and we set our pyramid pose, pushing the back heel towards your mat. Let your upper body just drape, let it hang. Right? The job isn't to create more tension, it's to let go of tension. Sometimes, though, our poses and our exercises get difficult, and that creates some stress in the body, and the body might react by shrugging shoulders to ears, contracting muscles, getting tense. Bend your front knee, low lunge. Push off your back foot so we bring both feet together. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, returning to our standing position. Chair pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach forward and fold. Half lift, lengthen your spine. As you fold, this time we're going to move both feet behind us. You can step the feet back. If you're a more advanced yogi, you might jump the feet back. But we're in our plank. And from our plank, like we did earlier, you're going to lift your hips into downward dog. We're going to elevate our left leg here, three-legged dog. Stepping through, we're going to come into warrior one. How'd that work out for you? However you get there is just fine by me. Exhale, let your arms swing down, straighten your front leg, and then bend the front knee and reach your arms overhead. Lift your heart space towards the sunshine. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. And with every repetition, you're going to feel a bigger stretch right here in the front of your right hip. One more time. Your back foot is flat, grounding down. Now let's hold warrior one. Gonna pick up your back heel so all your toes are pointing the same direction, and we're gonna come down into our lunge. As you do that, you're gonna bend just the front knee and see if you can get your fingertips to touch underneath your leg, and then come back up. Exhale, little tap, inhale up, nice and slow. And every time you get low into your crescent lunge, big stretch through the hip flexor. One more. Hold here. Hands are going to come down as if you were coming into your pyramid. But from here, you're going to turn your back foot so it's flat. Walk both hands the inside of your front foot and lift your right arm up, and voila, coming into triangle, but from the bottom. Look to your top hand. Now I feel like my feet might be a little too close together, so I'm just going to inch my back foot farther away. I want to try to get more of a space here between my bottom arm and front leg. So kind of fix that. Feels a little better for me. We are in triangle pose. Looking to your top hand. Both hands come down. Reset your low lunge. You're going to send both feet back. You're in your high plank. And from high plank, we return to downward dog. And once again, we'll do the same sequence on the other side. So go ahead and pick your right leg up, three-legged dog, and step through for warrior one. Let's really take advantage of the stretch in warrior one. Exhale, lower your arms, straighten your front leg. Inhale, push your hips forward. Exhale. Inhale. And one more to hold. Your very best warrior one. Making an imprint on your mat with your feet, grounding down. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. We're going to set our lunge. So if you just straighten your front leg up a little bit and then rotate your back foot. So now all your toes are pointing the same direction, preparing for a crescent lunge, lowering your arms, little tap under the leg with the fingertips, and then rise back up. Requires a lot of balance. Strengthen the legs. And the name of this practice is full body stretch. And we are stretching through the hip flexor, the psoas, and even a little bit of the quadricep of the back leg. Arms up. And we're going to fold forward. We're going to prepare for triangle, but to get there, once your fingertips meet the mat, turn your back foot. So the back edge of your back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. You're going to bring both hands to the inside of your front foot and elevate your left arm. Once again, I need to get my feet, I think, a little farther apart, so I'll make that change. And I'm rotating, I'm looking to my top hand, triangle pose. I love it. Bringing both hands down. Let's bend our front knee and send both feet back. High plank. We'll come to our knees. Push back for child's pose. Walk both hands to the right side and then take your left hand, stack it on top of your right, and we'll get a little side stretch here. Maybe it's a big side stretch. Move your hands to the left side of the mat. Stack one hand on top of the other. Can you get your head to rest on the mat? Recenter your arms, reaching to the center of the mat. Traditional child's pose. Gliding our body weight forward. We're gonna lay on our bellies, but we're gonna set ourselves up for a quadricep stretch. We're gonna roll to the side of our body and then reach for our foot. You can pull your knee in towards your chest first and then see if you can just open through the front of your body, pull your heel in towards your hips. We can do the stretch from this position. You might also experiment with laying on your belly and pulling in. Just another option. I think I get a better stretch from being on my belly like this. It's more comfortable for me too than being on the side of my body, but the stretch is nonetheless the same. Same target point, same muscle group. All right, so try it on the other side. You can lay on your hip. And interestingly enough, when I go to this side, it doesn't bother me as much to be on this hip. But I do feel like I can get a deeper stretch when I'm on my belly. So you choose. Perfect. Release. And we're gonna have a seat on our butts. Not such a bad gig, right? Take your legs out in front for staff pose. We'll take a twist, look over your shoulder, drop your chin down, stretch through your neck. Let's try it on the other side. We've practiced this twist, so let's take this into a seated spinal twist. We'll take our leg, hug it into the body, so hugging your right leg in towards your body. Then you'll twist just where we were. Look over your right shoulder. Just wanted to set up our twist first. Now, I want you to try to push the sole of your right foot firmly down into the mat as you lift and rotate. Look forward, straighten out that bent knee. Now our legs are crossed and we'll lean forward in this cross-legged position. You can try dropping your head down. You can try lengthening your spine. Looking up and switch. Let's hug our left leg in. It's your very best friend. Give it a big hug and then twist. Now as you twist, just like I said before, now this time though, it's your left foot pushing into the mat. So if your left foot pushing to the mat, both hip bones pushing into the mat. I don't know if you can see my orchid over here. I've had that orchid for 3 years now, and it has bloomed probably 5 or 6 times in the last 3 years. It's been so much fun. It's losing its flowers now. It's just about on its way out. But hopefully I'll get a new stem and new flowers in a few months. Let's extend the top leg and forward fold. You can drop your forehead down towards your knee. See how that feels? Lovely, lovely stretch. Lifting your chest, looking forward. We'll sit with our legs crossed. Maybe rock from one sit bone to the next, letting your knees relax towards the floor, your hips open. Feel your breath, listen to your breath. I'm going to invite you to shut your eyes. Fill your mind with positivity. Feel your success accomplishing your yoga practice today. I thank you for joining me. Opening our eyes, inhaling. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day. Namaste. Remember, hit subscribe, and I'll look for you the next time. Thank you.